around town mostly as a visual artist. You've you had some stuff in Will Shot's Nada in Miami, right?
Correct. That was like, that was the last most recent
Is
thing.
that the most recent thing?
Mm-hmm.
It was Eternal Life and Inverted Demon.
True.
Is that right?
True.
They're like a kind of screen printing onto metal.
Yeah.
Did you go down there for all that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. That was my 10th year going down there.
I was going to ask.
And
if we tried to go back in time with all your stuff, we'll never make it. We'll never get there.
There's a lot of lore to catch up on, but it's always been a really special place for me, and something I always really, really look forward to, and always try to do, an extracurricular project down there, and bring other artists' work. And
okay, I'm sorry, I just think about how wild Miami is.
I mean, you already know we would always have fun too.
Well, that's part of it. Having fun, but you have to work it down there.
Yeah, I mean, I just like saw it as an opportunity to like curate work into a space that I would have temporarily, and it was like I'm paying for these spaces or figuring out these.
So you did you did another show besides Will Shot down there. You curated something on the side.
I did, yeah. I had a show in my Airbnb.
Nice.
That I kept pretty quiet and tame this year. I've had like a couple of real like blowout years where way too many people came and I got in trouble and. They got mad, and
we'll let other people tell those stories.
Yeah, and that's fine. You know what I mean? You learn every year how to like adapt, and no year has been easy. There's always been some unforeseen nightmare that like just like happens to pop up in the middle of the installation, or it just seems like Miami has a lot of curveballs.
Right. How do you think it's changed if you've been going there for so long?
Yeah. I think that there's
getting bigger.
Yeah, totally. It feels like more people are involved, but there's like less of these like large scale like parties and performances like that used to be what made being down there so iconic. And it was like you would have people like.
That's interesting for you to say, because I feel like the city itself down there is kind of experiencing a golden age, really.
Sure.
So it's strange to hear that maybe the party funding's cut back.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's just like, I think that the focus maybe has changed in the way that people are, kind of like operating within that environment, and like seeing it as like this always kind of like on professionally engaged sort of like thing. It's like, I think that like having like a dinner or like a cocktail hour is, probably more advantageous to like having a conversation with someone who's 100%. Potentially going to be
100%. But the idea always was you were thinking New York like, and you were sticking it in Miami.
Yeah, or it's just like that you have Miami in Miami and you like go wild down there. And
you can't really escape it. Kind of what you were saying about there's always some hiccup in it. You can't escape kind of the madness of
life. Yeah, like having some fucked up night or like
you could go ahead and try to have a little cocktail party.
Yeah. See how it goes.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's not, I'll just throw in my own speculation, that I've been trying to speculate that we might have hit the height, at least in the art world for now, of the post-COVID influencer thing. Yeah. And maybe the galleries, maybe even in Miami, people are starting to maybe step off a little of hiring so many, kind of celebs. And
I just feel like the celebrities were more interested or something. Like, yeah, maybe. I think that is too. Like, but I don't know. I think that it's like if you're hiring entertainers to do events, like you're gonna bring out other people that are in that industry, and I think that like that's what it's lacking is like you're not having. you know, these big rappers like do shows, and
Right.
it's like nobody gets that excited. You know, it's like this year it was like, you know, Harmony, you know, had his party, and it was, you know, Young Lean, and it was cool. You know, it was like Young Lean did a DJ set, and
What could be better than this? You're at Harmony's.
it was a lot of fun.
What do you-
It was a lot of fun. I thought that was a great night. I thought it was
That's
really
the way it all
cute.
should be the whole time
I
you're
thought
there.
it was, I thought it was a lot of fun. Everyone was there. Everyone looked great. It was like, you know, it was a great night, but it wasn't like turned all the way out. It wasn't like insane, and it wasn't even like that hard to get in or something. It was like, you know, the days of just like being on the strip and being like, oh my God, dude, like Young Thug is like playing you know, at the Versace mansion, and like, you know, people are just like, their faces are melting standing outside, like 400 people deep, like trying to get in, you know. It's like,
I miss it.
yeah, you know, and like it's just like that made those, I think it made it all like more just like, it turns everything up. It like puts people like in a space that is like I don't know. I think that it's more impulsive. It's more impulsive, you know. And I think that used to be more the nature also of how people would go and spend money there, you know. And I think it's indicative that like people aren't going there to just like throw cash around. It just isn't like that anymore or something. And you know, I think that's that's what's changed.
There
you know,
was
people were so nervous this year, and people were like, "Oh my God, like what's gonna happen?" It was just, you know, the markets were really slow, you know, and I don't know. This is just
you know, just the budgetary concerns, right? No, I mean, you know, it really could all just be that. Also, you know, God forbid it be dialed out a little, but it's definitely the most. You have to, you know, I've never been to Swiss Basel, but I have to imagine it's not like Miami, and you know. So I'm sure
nobody talks about it like people talk about.
Right.